So what's happening, Captain?
Welcome to another edition of Metal
And mortgages.
I was going to say, you can say both words. Let's do that again.
Take two.
We never clapped. Welcome to another edition of, let's not say edition, let's say episode.
A new edition? Isn't that a band?
That was Bobby Brown's shit.
New edition.
So, all right. Oh. Welcome to another episode of Metal and Pasta.
Cut. Take three. Take three?
I heard you can take 3 dicks in the same hole.
Ooh. That would sting.
So, yeah, it's Metal and...
Meddling your mama.
Let's see. Yeah, we're checking pretty good over there. Check levels. Yes.
Check. Checking levels.
These days, no checks. You pull out a check and a fucking register, I'm going to kick you in the back of the legs. Like, you know where your knee meets right there? So,
you know what I hate?
eggs
I have the worst
in the
luck.
mouth.
I have the worst luck. I get in line in front of somebody
Too much forehead.
at a gas station, and they're getting a money order or whatever they do, whatever they get at these gas stations where they have to, I don't know. I guess it's a money order or something. It takes like half an hour.
I don't go to those gas stations.
No,
Costco doesn't have that problem. You can't get a money order and a grape Rello and the rest of that $10 bill on 3
yeah, these are the
at
ones
Costco.
that sell the pig's feet and the red liquid.
And the eggs.
Yeah, and the eggs.
Eggs. You know, I actually worked in 2 different convenience stores. They were both owned by the same place. They're gone now, so I can say their name. Circle C. You remember those?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, those are long gone. Sold them to Habib and his cousins. And I'm not being racist. That's really the guy's name. I think he goes by Sam. My name is Habib, but you can call me Sam. He's got a Bluetooth coming out of both ears for like 2 phones. No, fuck you. You know, anyway, I've witnessed that shit. So, yeah, when I was 21 years old, I got a job. Back then, it was, you know, right around the time of the L.A. riots and shit. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Whenever, like, what was his name? Fucking Rodney, whatever.
Rodney King, yeah.
And then the dude, Reginald Denny got pulled out of his truck during that shit. I was working in a convenience store at that time.
Were you?
And I was a white boy with long hair working in a predominantly not white area of town. So, which didn't bother me, but I had a couple of customers that were that would come in there and look at me and be like, white boy. Call me white boy. That's my name, white boy.
I miss the Phillips 66. Those globes. You ever seen that?
Golf. G-U-L-F.
Was it
Remember that was Golf?
Yeah.
There was Golf.
Oh, it's like an orange globe or something. It said 76, right? Or something.
Well, now when I
or is that Heinz 57? I don't know.
When I look for, I think those are out there still. They're just more on, you know, not where we're at, unless you don't get out much.
Right.
I don't get out much, but I've been around a block a couple times in this country. But when I'm out there hunting somewhere to grab a soda, you know, maybe top off the tank, grab a pack of cigs, whatever. I'm not hitting up, you know, Little Sam's with the Bluetooth in each ear and a, you know, Affliction shirt on. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not doing that. I'm looking for, you know, the brand names. Not like Shell, you know, Chevron, because those are all owned by those types too. I'm looking for like the, you know, the Circle K's and the something like a 7-Elevens. We don't have those here. I think they had one in Decatur.
And they have don't they have those drinks called Big Gulp or something?
Big gulps are great. They come up to, I think, 64 ounces, which is half a gallon.
You know, something else we don't have here is Blimpie. It's a sub sandwich shop.
But isn't it kind of like Subway? Yeah, they have them in Florida.
Yeah.
But I don't know about present day, but about 10 years ago, I know Decatur was on the map. Was in the Guinness Book of World Records. for having, I know, not the lowest IQ on the planet, like you would think. Sorry, Decatur, but your name should have been Decayed Turd. And I say that with all my black little heart. They were in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most convenience stores per capita. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact ratio, but I mean that's a lot of convenience stores.
There is quite a bit.
I don't go through there much.
I don't either, but
although these days I have to go there to find a mall.
I go there about once
because we don't have one because ours got bulldozed.
We do have one on the. Yeah, we have
that
one.
mall. That's a chick mall, dude. They don't have nothing. There's like one thing in there for guys, and that's the chicks.
Well, at least when you walk through the new one, you don't feel like you're gonna get raped. That old one got a little sketchy.
I don't know what caused that. I mean, I know what you're talking about. They were setting curfews for anybody under 18 and things like you're not allowed to be in there past like 7 o'clock. If you're under 18, you're not allowed to be in there without a parent.
Yep.
What's wrong with this fucking society we're in now, man? I mean, me and you, when you were a teenager, did you go to the mall? My parents drop you off, or you were just in 10th grade? You got a car, you drive up there, hang out with your friends, go to the freaking the food cart, get some some boardwalk fries or some Sbarro or something. They even had like a game room. Go in there and play actual video games.
Hey, we've got a drive-through Sbarro now.
Huh?
There's Sbarro or Sbarro?
Sbarro.
Anyway, there's a drive-through.
You can even like roll the R's if you want.
Example?
Sbarro.
Ah.
I'm dry right now.
That's fancy.
I'm dry. I'm like dry mouth right now.
That's fancy.
I know that's terrible. I you know what? I really don't give a fuck. I'm tired of this being PC and editing myself.
Isn't that funny how you go on vacation and...
What is that?
Well, I'm just saying when you do...
I don't go on vacation. I don't get a vacation, but go ahead.
It's been probably 3-4 years for me too, but when you go on vacation, it always crosses your mind. I wish I could see myself living here, but then after about a week, you're like, no. Wherever you go.
Give me an example. Like,
I don't know.
Where would you go on vacation?
The beach.
Besides L.A.
The mountains.
Lower Alabama.
The mountains, the beach, whatever.
Yeah. Because I haven't been on a real vacation in forever, and I honestly mean that. Like, I think I was in a band with you the last time I was on a real vacation. I went to D.C., went to the Poconos, up there in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and we went to Manhattan a couple times, like, during that trip. And we were just kind of like bouncing around in between those areas. And I mean, that was great, but I didn't see myself being able to actually live there.
I liked Memphis. I recorded at Ardent Studios.
Yeah.
It's like a real famous studio. Led Zeppelin. I've recorded Led Zeppelin recorded there. Bob Dylan, Three Doors Down. It runs the gamut. Skillet. That's like their home away from home.
Well, that wasn't too far from where Three Doors Down is from. I mean, that's just a hop, skip, and jump.
Right. Skillet's from there too, I believe. But yeah, they were telling me a story about how Bob Dylan got stuck in the courtyard. The studio is like a big square, and it's got an outside courtyard where you can go smoke, and it's got all glass windows where you can see inside the hallways.
Yeah.
And then as you go around it, it's like Studio A, Studio B, turn the corner,
Okay.
And he went out there and he couldn't remember how he got where the door was.
Got lost.
And so they had Bob Dylan stuck like a gerbil.
Oh my
God. In the center of this thing.
It was stuck.
But Memphis was the atmosphere was great. But the crime,
Beale Street.
Beale Street.
That's the big one.
Tons of really good barbecue and food, and there's people on the corner playing saxophone.
It took me
and
forever to realize what the lyric meant in that song.
Walking with my feet
10 feet off of Beale
Street.
What the hell are you talking about?
Street.
Beale. What is a Beale?
It means he feels like he's floating.
I know now that I'm older and a little bit more knowledgeable. But
if the crime, if they weren't on like First 48, The Firm was set there. If you remember that.
Oh God.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Yeah. Tom Cruise before he was down with Xenu.
Yeah.
Well, when we were there, what? What happened? Who knocked over? Quit knocking over stuff.
The backdrop.
I see it. So, F that stupid Dell machine. So when we got to the hotel and it was time to eat. Remember, we're in D.C. Well, the front desk person was nice enough to tell us just right around the corner, walking distance, was a cool, like a burger joint, like a diner. So we walked over there. It was me, my brother, and my mom and my stepfather. Now my stepfather's, I think 12 years older than my mother, so there's a little bit of an age gap between he and I, and we're in there and we grabbed a burger and we had a seat. It was a nice place, with booths and stuff. They bring your food to their table, but my stepdad saw a Washington D.C. officer, getting something to eat there, grabbing like a styrofoam to-go box. And he asked the officer, he goes, "Hey, what's this march about?" And the officer goes, "Oh, that's an AIDS march." And my stepdad, who wasn't the comedian, goes, "Oh, are they for it or against it?" That shit cracked me up, man.
Isn't it funny how famous people or well-off people seem to have, they contract that disease and
get cured,
and they're fine.
It's called leaving the country to get a real cure, because that's what Charlie Sheen did.
Didn't it come out though that it kind of backfired and his numbers?
I really haven't kept up with it. I got to the part where dude kind of whipped
went to
HIV,
Mexico or something.
whipped HIV in the ass, and then it's like, damn. Man, oh well, good for him. Too bad he don't have his TV show anymore.
Right.
But yeah.
Speaking of other countries,
oh no,
Brazil, Peru. It's in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Starting back in March of this year, they had this massive landslide, or I don't know if you want to call it a sinkhole or something. All these cracks started opening up, and it's been getting worse and worse ever since. And this month it's really started to widen, and it's like sinking this whole town. And it's pretty wild looking, but it's devastating for the community that lives there.
I wonder if it's kind of tied into any kind of tectonic movement,
I'm
as
sure.
far as like earthquake, like from last year, like an earthquake last year it's taken this much time and now it's opening up.
Yeah, like Maynard from Tool says that California's gonna fall into the ocean.
Learn to swim.
Yeah.
I want to see it all go down.
I don't know if it's just me, but when I scrolling through the internet, I see all kind of sinkhole problems. It seems like it's getting more and more.
Well, I mean, I know in Florida, there's an actual a river that runs underground in Florida, and that just washes away a lot of the what's underground. So the house goes, bye, see you later.
It's crazy.
Or the road goes. Yeah, I mean, I lived down there for a long time, and it's just it's not. We don't walk around going, "Oh, is that a sinkhole?" We just really don't give a shit. We don't care. It's like hurricanes, man. Down there, we have hurricane parties.
All right, what are you gonna do?
Nah, just hold on to your coconuts. It's gonna be a hell of a blowjob. What? That's just saying.
You mean here?
No, your coconuts. The tree. Talking to the palm trees or
Coconuts?
Coconut palms.
Right.
Yep.
But they use them as bikini tops, though.
You do. Saying.
What
was your deal when you rolled up here, man? You was like your truck was moving real slow, and you were outside your truck with the door open, doing something like all these dance moves. Were you doing the KeKe challenge?
Oh no, I got rushed into a gang, and those are the new signs. I was just practicing.
Okay. All right, outside of your vehicle while it's moving.
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know if you were making a video for your, for your Instagram or your Tumblr, or your.
I don't know
whatever.
what Tumblr is, and
it's from what I know, it's kind of like Instagram type of thing, but like anything goes. There's no rules. Like you can post whatever you want. You want to post a photo of your nutsack? Go for it.
And there is an app I haven't downloaded it, but there is a new app called Musical.ly or something.
Yeah. Well,
It's pretty interesting.
They just call it Musically. It's
Musically?
It's musical.ly. Yeah, I don't understand it. I downloaded it and looked at it, and I was like, "There's a bunch of like 14-year-olds," and I don't have that kind of.
But apparently,
time.
like, you take a video of your short video clip of yourself, and then you add whatever songs they have available, and then there's filters and effects and all this. But people are really creative on there. You know, it is interesting to look at, like, what people come up with.
Yeah, and when they're done with that, they can go and ban straws.
Do what?
They're banning straws, dude.
Why?
Because they couldn't ban guns, I guess. I don't know. Like, we got to ban something. We got to ban something. I wish I had an idea of what the. Oh, hey, I don't like you. You're gone.
Speaking of banning guns, what do you think about these?
But hold on. I mean, they banned. I mean, like San Francisco, and I think like Disney has banned them at their parks or something like that. I mean, San Francisco. That's a big. I don't know. Have you ever been to San Francisco?
No.
I have we used to live in Santa Cruz.
I had a girlfriend that would go
not real far from there. And I mean, that's where, like, you know, like Silicon Valley is. That's where Google and everybody is. So, but I mean, how do you drink a Capri Sun without a damn straw?
It comes with a straw taped to the back of it.
Just right, but they've banned straws. So our Capri Sun, do the Capri Sun folk take a hit now because they lost that market?
Maybe somebody put an eye out or something.
No, it was something about him ending up in the ocean. It's like, well, quit throwing your shit in the ocean, moron.
Yeah. Well, what about the Great Pacific? What is it called? It's like a trash island or something. Have you seen this?
Yes. Well, I think that's part of it. That's part of and yeah, that's part of why they're doing this. I guess they noticed a lot of straws.
Oh, man.
And it's my take is, though, since they're like a sanctuary city, what if an illegal alien's using a damn straw? What are they going to do then? Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, there's one in the Atlantic too. When you look at the sheer size of this, like if you were
It's on Google. I mean, it's on Google. Yeah. Google Maps or whatever you call it. It's huge.
I often think about, like, if you were an alien,
almost like a continent.
If you were an alien coming to visit or something, and you look down,
don't land there.
You would think, oh, there's an island. No, it's trash. You know, I mean, it's so big. And I guess, you know, the ocean currents, you know, push it into this one big circle.
Yep.
And there's not very many, but there are some people trying to innovate ways to clean that up.
Clean it up. I've actually seen, like, some younger, you know, kid. I don't want to call him a kid, but, you know, to me, you know, everybody under like 35 is a kid. But yeah, I mean, I've noticed, like, I guess some kid came up with a way to, you know, clean it up, whatever. Good for him. I could give a shit. I don't live near the ocean. Last time I was in the ocean, I got burned by a man of war, so screw the ocean.
At least somebody's thinking about it. And at least we don't have box jellies, because in Australia, they have to wear pantyhose to swim.
Australia's got some crazy creatures, man. I don't think I could go. I mean, I could go there to visit, but I don't.
I'm pretty sure the box jelly is the most venomous thing on the planet.
Of course, you know, if you you know, if any Aussies heard me say that, they'd be like, yeah, well, you got Trump. So they don't like him over there. And it's like, I'm on some, like, Facebook groups that have a lot of Aussies on there, and they hate Trump. So I don't know. What did he do to you? Nothing.
Well, I think it's just his
it's just fun to hate.
His massive ego. It sticks out like a sore thumb, you know.
Who cares?
So that's what that is. But speaking of, since we're talking about banning things, banning straws, what do you think about these ghost guns?
Who?
Basically, they're like
3D printing.
Well, it's like, and I'm not a big gun nut, so I don't know all the components here, but apparently it's the receiver where the clip goes in and where the trigger and all that mechanism in the center of the rifle, and you can 3D print this and then get all the other components and basically build a untraceable
undetectable
assault rifle.
Yeah. I haven't seen assault rifle type stuff, and I have watched a few news stories on that over the last couple of days. As they came on TV, I wasn't hunting them down. But yeah, Trump had come out and said that the existing legislation will stand. Basically, it's you're not allowed to 3D print a gun or to make any kind of a firearm out of anything that's not detectable, like non-metallic.
Right.
You're not allowed to do that. So basically, knock it off. Because there's a website, I guess, that hosts the blueprints for doing this, and they actually shut or turned off downloads while this is being ironed out. Well, why would you even create something like that? I don't even care, man. Let that thing right here, Windows. That's what I think of you, Microsoft. Restarting for what? All I did was, I moved this a little bit.
Take 4.
Oh, I don't care. Leave this in.
Take 5.
I could give a shit. Take these.
Let's take a break.
Take the 3-piece set and ram them down your gullet. Space bar, face. Well, these balls aren't going to shave themselves.
I'll leave that right there.
Sorry we had to take that pause. I had to show him what the KeKe challenge is. I don't mean show him on my phone. I mean we took a ride. You think you got it now? You think you'll be able to do that on your next date? Girls don't put out unless they see you do the KeKe challenge.
It'll take some practice.
Not the Tide Pod challenge. That didn't work
lie.
for you. You were pretty messed up for 3 days after that.
Yeah. Ooh,
and she didn't come off the 11.
That was painful, actually. Makes me sick just
like
thinking
childbirth.
about it. So before we were talking about
penis. What? Subliminal messages. You don't know what we were talking about?
Everybody, come close to the screen. Just get real close in. Try to touch your nose to your phone or your iPad.
Well, I know we were talking about straws.
Because he's got something to say.
I raped your mother today. Doesn't matter much to me.
We were talking. We were talking about
Metallica.
No.
Doesn't matter.
No, we were talking about the ghost guns, right? And that just kind of brings me to. I was just curious as to what's your thoughts on. All the conspiracy theories saying the Las Vegas shooting was faked.
No.
Sandy Hook was fake.
dead bodies aren't fake.
I just came across something recently about the Las Vegas shooting, and they went into Stephen Paddock's room, and it was a body cam on one of the officers, and you could hear them breach. They blew the door apart, and when they went in there, you could hear all the audio from the other officers saying, "There's no windows broken. It's just an open curtain." And all of them were saying, "What? No windows? No window. No windows broke." And then, and then it was cut. And that's just kind of odd because when you see it in the daylight, the pictures, the windows are busted out. But you can clearly see the officers. They said they have one down, self-inflicted or whatever. And you can hear them all kind of surprised that there's no windows busted. And then going further into that video, obviously there's, right when the gunfire happened, there's a helicopter that goes around. And right in between the two buildings, right when the helicopter gets, within eyesight of the crowd, you hear the shot. So I'm doing the sound effect. Yeah. So I was just curious as to what you think about that and what you think about all those.
I think you need to lay off the Alex Jones channel and stop ordering those vitamins that he sells.
I don't watch him.
Okay, sounds like it.
I don't.
Sounds like it.
I listen to Howard Jones, not Alex Jones.
You mean the guy from the Thompson Twins?
The guy from Light the Torch.
Because there's another Howard Jones. I don't know that he was in Thompson Twins, but it makes me think of them because there was a pop star in the 80s named that.
Ah.
Yep. Okay. Last week we did that thing with my phone, goofing around with the Siri thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell you. I showed it to a couple other people, and Siri's getting an attitude, like a severe attitude.
Maybe it needs an adjustment.
I'll see if I can instigate her again. Okay. Hey Siri. Okay, Google.
Very funny. Say that shit again, and I'm gonna slap you and that bitch next to you right in the fucking mouth.
I told you.
Whew, she's got a dirty mouth.
I'm just saying, man. I'm like, sometimes I'm like afraid to answer a phone call.
Yeah.
So
you need to whip her into shape. Something.
Well, when you ask her if there's a gender, she said no. So I have it set to Australian lady's voice for no reason. Nothing to do with Pornhub, I promise.
Do they have government programs for cell phones?
Yes, they do.
Do you know anything? Anything about that?
I know under Obama there was a deal made with one of the wealthiest men on the planet. He owns a large cellular telecom company in Mexico. He's from Mexico. He's a big old fat guy. Very, very, very old and very rich, ridiculously wealthy. And from what I know, under our prior administration, there was something like a $10 billion deal made with that guy to give him $10 billion so that we can hand out cell phones to poor people here in this country. So, but now, you notice we don't need that anymore because now we all have jobs and stuff.
Right.
That orange guy sucks though.
Do you think we should get rid of like welfare altogether?
No.
And like food stamps?
No. There are people who, for whatever reason, cannot work and cannot earn a paycheck.
Right.
Be it physical, mental, whatever. There's elderly, etc. But just case in point, I was watching the news on the weekend, not just last weekend, but the one prior. And it was like Saturday morning news, so they're real laid back. They got like their weekend crew, so it's not all uptight and fast paced, and like they do during the week. And they did a thing here about at a local one of the local housing projects here, where apparently two of the ladies who live there, I don't know if they live in the same unit or what, but they were very, very upset. They have the mini split air conditioning system in their free apartment, and it's basically like one of those that you see in a hotel room that's in the wall, and it except the part that pokes outside the wall that's outside the building isn't outside. It's actually piped through the walls, and there's a smaller fan unit outside the building. Anyway, it's called a mini split system. We're thinking about getting one for the room addition.
Yeah.
They're about $3,000 installed. So, well, that's what they have for air conditioning, because these projects were built like in the 50s. These are old buildings, so they were retrofitted with these units. And apparently the maintenance crew who takes care of those buildings, I don't know if they contract it out or if it's a state ran or local government ran, what, they haven't been taking care of the maintenance on them. They've probably just been overwhelmed. But I saw these two women, their air conditioning was out, and it's been hot. Okay, their air conditioning was out, and they're on the TV. I'm standing out in back of their project with the clotheslines. Remember those T-poles?
Yeah.
Always get full of wasp nests.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they're out back with their hand on their hip talking about they don't even care about women and children. What? How much rent did you pay this month? You probably don't even pay your own electric bill. I'm I'm like this far from going, you know what? You're like 28 years old. You stand out in the backyard and complain just fine, looking like a teapot. You know, with your hand on your hip. Why don't you get a job?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't think you deserve air conditioning on my dime.
And there are some like that, you know, that make me feel that way, but I just feel like we're doing it. I feel like we're doing it wrong. And so, you know, let me kind of unpack that for you. Like, it's just my theory, but
go ahead.
I heard recently that our data that's collected on our phones are worth $400 to $500 a day.
Yeah.
You know, due to ad revenue and things. Our shopping
get sold over and over again, many times in a day. Everything you do, every move you make, every word you say, gets recorded, tracked, and sold every day. Right, and so many times a day.
And so, also too, you know, Uber's taking out the cab business, and so
I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
And then, you know, there've been a lot of resistance with the utility companies and lobbyists and people that have vested interest in certain politicians that help certain people get elected that push back against free energy, solar power panels on your roof.
It's all bought and paid for to keep the money flowing in their direction.
Right, and so, but if you take the way the future is going, I just kind of see, like, if we had a system in place where you could do
you're welcome.
If we had a system in place where you could do, you know, a full day or two's work a month, or maybe every 6 months, to help in maintaining the facilities of the utility company, and then use solar panels and things of that nature to provide you with utilities and just do.
I got you. But kind of earn
right, and then also going forward in the future, if we all had, you know, it's all going to self-driving vehicles eventually. So if you take the fact that Uber's taking over and your car's self-driving, well, then you can have the option to have your car being leased out as a taxi service while you're sleeping in the bed. It's out making money and paying for itself.
Somebody figure out a way to steal mine.
In addition to that, we should all there should be laws in place where we all get compensated for the information that's gathered on us. And so with all those things coming into play, I believe we could figure out a way to have a living wage for everyone, where we don't have to worry about food on the table or welfare or anything, and then people can have the extra time to invest in doing what they enjoy doing, which will in turn make them happier. Depression would go down, and they could give back to society.
There'd be more babies because there'd be more free time to make them.
They're passionate about. So, I mean, that's just
I agree. I wish that they would come up with legislation that would return the rights or the possession of the data that is collected from you and sold in the open market. Return those rights to you, either to the point of you don't want your data collected. I mean, okay, well, don't use cell phones. Don't do anything. If you walk into Walmart, there's face recognition software that's like, yep, that's Bob. He's coming in here, and what's he grabbing today? I mean, and then when you swipe your debit card, or now you got to use the chip, and
I hate that thing.
It's like they know everything you just bought, dude. Mm-hmm. They all right. Bob just bought box of hot tamales, a wire brush, some 10 amp bus fuses for his vehicle,
some lube,
some Astroglide, for his,
and another thing I recently noticed, when you check out at Walmart, the last aisle you see has hemorrhoid cream, soap, Alka-Seltzer, athlete's foot medication.
You're talking about at the register?
Yeah, at the register. Yeah, that's the new
that's the impulse buy thing. Well, those are
alcohol, peroxide.
Those are primarily things that you forget. Those are like the most common items that everybody goes there to get. It's on their list.
Diarrhea medication.
I've gone there to get diarrhea meds, okay, and gone in there and just saw, hey, bananas, those look nice. Put those in a cart. Oh, look, they got travel mugs for $5. I'll take one of those. And you'll leave without the damn one thing you came there to get.
But why is why? Who?
It's by the register,
who
because guys like me are like, hey, here's my travel mug. I didn't come here for any of this crap. What did I come here for? Hey, look, I'm ODMAD. Sweet.
But who is in the checkout aisle with hemorrhoids, diarrhea, athlete's foot?
Well, nobody has all of those
They need
ailments.
gauze.
Well, I mean,
they got to have alcohol.
Who's going to eat,
Rubbing
a baby bottle pop, 400 packs of Trident gum, a Mars bar? Who's going to eat? I mean, that's like saying, all that candy's there because everybody's going to eat one of each.
Yeah, but they have a whole rack of just ailments.
Those are commonly forgotten items.
I've never seen this before. I just thought it was hilarious.
They're all doing it now, man. At least they're not putting toys up there like they used to. Remember that?
Where there's
crap?
still a few of those bouncy balls.
They used to put toys right there, but then they kind of caught on that would be like, you ain't getting that. Hell no. Right. And then all the damn cashiers are like stressed out because they got to hear kids crying all freaking day. Yeah.
And then you do need the gauze pads in the alcohol. Band-Aids.
No, you probably need a lawyer because you're just smacking your kid on camera. But that's my point. All of that data, even if you opt out of this, you opt out of that, you opt out of everything, you turn your phone off, you know what, no more phones. The cable company, no, I guarantee you don't use over-the-air TV mainly because you haven't bothered with putting in an antenna yet, but I guarantee even using an over-the-air antenna, when you're watching your local channel, for us to say 19 knows that you're watching. Or Samsung, because I'm on Wi-Fi. I have Wi-Fi, but I don't have cable television. So Samsung, when I turn it on, it logs me in. There it is, logged in as Bob, right there at the top when I turn on the TV. It knows, Samsung knows I'm watching Channel 19 right now at this time and day and this particular program. And I guarantee Samsung's gathering that data and selling it. Well, that's my data.
Right.
That's my motherfucking data. That's my information. Where's my cut of the money?
Damn straight.
Did I get that TV for free? No. Did I get the antenna that piped that information in here for free? I paid for this fucking Wi-Fi in this house. All right? I busted my ass so I can get this shit. I paid for the router. I paid for all that shit. That's my fucking data.
And this kind of goes down to, down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole, but how brilliant is it when, we've always been concerned of, the government's watching us, the big brother in the sky, and now it's the most brilliant thing ever. Give them a device that they're completely enthralled with, that they can't put down. They carry it with them everywhere they go, or they have separation anxiety from this device. They're constantly connected. It's their GPS. It's their phone. It's their camera. It's their everything. And we know everything about them. Their shopping habits, what they're searching for. I mean, it's brilliant, right?
Samsung has a refrigerator. Samsung has a refrigerator. I don't know if you paid much attention to the appliance aisle lately. They have a refrigerator with what looks to be approximately about a 24-inch widescreen. Maybe even more than that. Maybe like a 28-inch widescreen TV. Turned to the side on one of the doors that has a camera that points to the inside of your fridge. And they claim the reason is, well, when you're at the grocery store, do we have milk? Do we need mayonnaise? Let me look. Oh, yeah, we're almost out of mayonnaise. Look at the look. It shows, the camera shows. We're just no ketchup too. That's where the ketchup usually goes, and it's not there, and the milk's almost empty. No, they got that shit so they can see all the brands you're buying and how often you open the door. You know what I mean? All that crap. What times a day you're opening the door? Oh he's opening the door at 1 a.m. He works first shift. We know this because we know everything about this asshole. So he must have insomnia. We need to sell him diet and insomnia medication.
Right.
Market it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a matter of time. I'm glad I'm on a fucking septic tank. All right, that's all I got to say, because they can't analyze my turds. But I'm perfectly fine with my data being sold. Just give me my cut. I want my fucking money.
Yeah, right there with you, brother. Preach it.
But no, I got to sit here and talk to your ass.
So
to hopefully fucking make $1 in 4 years when we get 4,000 hours of views of a month and 1,000 subs, which at this rate never happened.
No. Well, switching gears to music.
I did see one of those Samsung. I saw it on the internet, so I don't know how real it was. Somebody took a photo of one of those Samsung refrigerators that had the big, TV on it. Those things are touchscreen. They have the internet and everything on them. I mean, you can like open up a browser and search stuff on it, like on your refrigerator, dude. Somebody took a photo of it. It was in Lowe's. It was like a display model, an actual like functioning display model, and on the TV screen, Pornhub.
Oh man,
it was awesome.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
That was awesome.
Before we move on to music, one more thing about
2 more things
about this technology and all this is that we were kind of already here and pushing towards this in the early 60s.
Yes, in the early 60s, we were burning bras.
We were like, they had all these expos and home fairs, and it was like the Jetsons or something. This is the new kitchen of the future, and the toaster will talk to you or whatever. And then it all just died and went away. And then now it's coming back, but it's real this time. It's almost like I said before, like we weren't ready.
They sell grilled cheese makers, dude. Let me tell you something. You already have one. Do you own a toaster?
No.
You don't own a toaster?
No.
Damn, I asked the wrong person. Do you own a toaster? Any of y'all? Yeah. How do you make? Can you make grilled cheese in your toaster? No, right? Because it'll run down. Lay the toaster on its side where the cheese faces up, and then click that. Because you turn it outside, click it down. Grilled cheese maker. Simple as that.
That's true.
Logician, buddy.
But switching
All about
gears,
logistics.
switching gears to music.
Music. I'm sick of music.
Are you?
Well, I'm tired of your music.
My music?
Yeah.
You haven't heard my
Polka.
music.
I'm gonna polka you in the fucking eye.
I'll have some music pretty soon. But
so go ahead.
Mushroomhead is coming to town, and
is that like a pizza joint?
And I don't know how I feel about
Mushroom Heads. We got the best pizza.
I don't know how I feel about it because I've kind of
they're here like every 8 months. So
no, the last time the first and the first and last time they were here, which was the first time they've ever been, I think, anywhere down south. They pretty much stay up north their whole career. And anyway, was 2015. So it's been a few years. But the point being is that I don't know how I feel about it. I hate that I missed that show because the singer quit. And
oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that they lost their vocalist.
And after that show, also, not only, the singer quit recently, the lead vocalist, but right after that show when they came here, they lost the other vocalist. There was 2 vocalists, main vocalists, and all they did was sing. He quit, and now the main lead singer quit. And a main guitarist quit. I think it was a guitarist. Anyway, so it's pretty much entirely...
whoever owns the rights to the name and the music gets to hire a bunch of hired gun studio musicians to go and play under the name Mushroomhead, basically. Kind of like Saliva that was just here.
Well, they sound... The vocalist, he really does pull it off. He sounds like Jeffrey.
So did Saliva's. I mean, he's no Josie Scott, but he's great voice, excellent for that kind of music, but it's not Josie Scott.
Yeah, and on their most recent song that they released, I don't know if this is going to be a mainstay or not, but they added a female lead vocalist as well, which I thought was pretty neat. And the video was kind of Evil Dead-esque. Evil Dead,
really?
The movie.
Yeah,
it was kind of had that it kind of had that vibe, that cabin vibe or something going on. It was a good video, I thought. But yeah, so they'll be in town. I think it's late August sometime, 25th, 28th, somewhere in there. I don't know. I might check it out, but I'm just kind of down about.
I mean,
the whole lineup's different.
Don't they like spew like milk and stuff on the crowd and weird things like that? And just
I don't know about that, but I know that they have some type of liquid on top of the drums, and then they have light coming up under it.
That's some Gallagher shit.
So that it splashes and it glows.
Gallagher's coming here too, and I'm not going because I don't want to have watermelon on my snatch.
It's some type of glowing liquid. He's Gallagher's still going.
Why do you think I wear a hat? Why do you think I cut off all my hair? I had hair down to here. And I cut it all off because
you don't want to look like Gallagher.
I seen a photo of me playing a show. I was hunched over, like this, full view on the top of my head, and I had a ring about that big, where I was going bald. And I said, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna be long-haired guy with the bald top. Sorry, nothing against Gallagher. He's a very funny guy. It'd be interesting. I haven't seen him do anything since the 80s, so it might be interesting to see.
Trump has the most sophisticated comb over I've ever seen.
Bill Clinton gave Paula Jones $850,000 to shut up, and it didn't work. Trump gave Stormy Daniels $130,000, proving once again Trump is the better negotiator.
Well, yeah.
Yes, yes, I just spoke a meme, but it's fucking hilarious.
He's had more practice at negotiating, I'm sure. He's been in real estate his whole life.
I just hope when I get that age, I still want to something. So
I'm flashing, so I better change.
That's your battery. You also got a turtle head hanging out. Sorry, I'm having to tell somebody to leave me alone. That's my kid. So,
how does it feel to be a grandpa?
I grab these nuts and find out. So she texts me, "Oh, sorry." What I just said, stop texting me, please. No. That doesn't mean text me one more time.
Right.
So we're going. Everything's going. While on break, Siri copped another attitude.
Oh.
I'll see if I can recreate it. I don't know. Okay, Google.
I think you've got the wrong assistant. Why don't you go tongue punch your friend in the fart box?
See, now that's just rude. That's just uncalled for.
I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah, no, now you're going to play dumb, bitch. Want me to tongue punch you in a fart box? That's disgusting. If anything happened, it would be the other way around. Thank you.
No, I don't think so.
Trust me, if we was in prison, cellmates, you'd be the bitch. You'd be holding on to my belt loop. That's just the way that works.
You'd be sagging. So we were talking on the phone or something, I can't remember, and you were saying that you think we should take down countries that are producing illegals that get into our country. Is that kind of
what I said is, if you want to, look at why everybody comes over here. It ain't the McDonald's burgers.
No.
Because that is the worst shit on the planet. No offense to McDonald's, but the burger part's probably okay, but everything else around it. You have to look at why everybody's coming over here, because their living conditions where they're from are just horrible. They can't find work, can't support their family. They want a better life. Well, why can't they get a better life there where they are? I know this. If I didn't, I personally, I would never willfully move to another country. Why? Because I like it here. This is where I'm from. This is what I know. You know what I mean? I know all 50 states. Pretty much, I can name where all the different interstates go through in each state. I mean, I love this country. And this is where I'm from. I should love my country. I should know my country. Just as they probably love and know their country. And I'm sure that they would rather be able to make a home, a nice home, and a nice life where they're from. So rather than having them come here because things are so terrible there, and I don't doubt that they are. I mean, they go through hell to get here. Sometimes they go through hell numerous times because they get to the border and get caught and get sent back, and they come back. So let's go after the governments that are because case one would be Mexico. Their government and the both national local governments, the police, everybody's on the take from the cartel. I mean, everything's money, and they don't care about their own people. That's sad. That's really freaking sad. I mean, our government doesn't care about us, but at least they're not as obvious about it. So the air conditioner kicked back on if the noise floor just raised a little. So my point was during that particular conversation was why don't we go after the governments that are, in charge of these countries where everybody wants to leave, and say, hey, y'all, okay, Mexico, you've got this car plant down there, this car plant down there, this car plant down there. You've got all these different manufacturing plants, and they ship goods to us. And we buy them. Case in point, turn over half of the items in your home, and it'll say "Hecho en Mexico," meaning made in Mexico, which is fine. Then nothing wrong with that. But why do we continue to give them money and allow the trade? I mean, what's gonna get them? Hurt them the most, hit them in the pocket. You take away a politician's money,
right? So you're not suggesting like military.
I'm not against
action.
the people at all. I think if they don't follow through, then it should go like North Korea style, man. Sanctions.
Well, yeah, that's fine, but you're not proposing like military.
No, I don't want to
action
bomb
or anything
people.
like
I don't want to hurt people, man. I want to help people, and that's the whole point. I mean, why are I guarantee a lot of these folks do not want to leave their home and come here, but they've got to. Things are just so bad down there. They can't even go to the damn grocery store without gunfire. Some drug deal gone bad, whatever. Somebody got, paid $1,000 to, deliver a bale of weed across the border and didn't do it. And they found the guy and they're gunning him down right there in the streets.
Well, you mentioned the cartel. And this might be controversial, but
Legalize weed?
No, I believe all drugs should be legalized because
not all drugs.
I do.
I think your more dangerous classes need to be kept off the damn streets.
The thing
heroin, crack, meth, anything of that sort, man, is no.
I mean maybe, but look, at the end of the day, that's a personal choice. It's your body. Who is anybody to say what to put in your body or not? In addition to that, ask yourself this: would Pablo Escobar exist on the violent, monstrous level that he did if cocaine was legal?
Well,
now I'm not saying sell hard drugs like that in the store. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
decriminalize it.
Decriminalize it.
Because he'd have more customers. He would have more customers. I think that usage of cocaine, because it would be even easier to obtain than it is now. And I don't do this stuff. I don't hang out with people to do, but I guarantee I can make 2 phone calls and have an 8-ball by tomorrow.
I just believe that everything is just as addictive as the other thing. I believe. I
agree. I mean, but you're never gonna beat it all. I mean, I heard. I was watching another podcast, The Ordinary Guys podcast. It's actually pretty interesting. They began about the same time as us, and they were talking about some guy in Kansas. They were saying it was Kentucky, but it's okay. We mess up a lot too. They were saying some guy in Kansas. He was like a local councilman or something of that sort. Was trying to legalize happy endings. Basically, coming out saying, let's legalize prostitution. It's your body.
I agree. I'm sorry. I just
That's
think
fine. Well,
it's their body.
That's fine. That's fine. I think what should happen, and we've both talked about this. You were saying that Trump will wait till his last year in office to pull something like get us into a war or something like that, so that people don't like to change presidents in during time of war, which explains George Bush #2 getting it twice. But I don't think it's going to be I don't think his last move is going to be something evil like that. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to hurt people or kill people like that, bombs and all that stuff and guns. I think his last move is going to be to federally, and I'm totally making this up on my own, so don't try to Google this, is going to federally acknowledge legalized marijuana. Now, that doesn't mean that the feds have legalized it everywhere. That means that it's legal if the states wish for it to be legal.
That's already kind of happening, isn't it?
Well, yeah, 30 states, 6 of them, I'm sorry, I think 9 of them, there's 21 states, I'm hazy right now, 21 states I think that have medicinal use, and 9 states that have recreational use. Colorado, I think, being the most loose as far as usage. I don't think you're allowed to fire up a bone out on walking downtown. But I don't think you're allowed to do it while you're driving either. It's kind of like drinking. Drinking and driving. Well, driving under the influence is driving under the influence. But one of the issues that they had in Colorado was that all these dispensaries and stuff, they weren't allowed to put all their money, and there were truckloads of it. They weren't allowed to deposit it into a bank because they're a federally insured bank. They cannot take money from the sale of a federally illegal substance like marijuana because they're FDIC insured banks. So they had nowhere to put their money. So from what I heard, now I haven't Googled this, my brother actually told me about this. He said that they made their own banks. They had that much money that they're like, okay, we'll make our own banks.
Right.
So I mean, there's ways around it, but I honestly think that that's how it's going to go. I think within the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to see the feds back off of the prosecution. They're going to acknowledge it on a if it'll be up to you in the state, but there's not going to be airplanes searched by DEA looking for weed.
That would be a surefire way to get him reelected for all the people that hate him. I think if he...
Oh, you will pull everybody who was going to vote for Bernie.
Oh, yeah.
And be like, I'm pulling the lever for Trump. I can't believe I'm doing this. Or I'm just going to stay home.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm doing it.
I'm just going to stay home. Well, maybe in 2020, maybe we can vote on the internet.
Maybe.
What do you think of that? I think it'd be neat. I mean, I can't log into my bank without my goddamn thumbprint. Why not be able to vote without it?
We should have implemented online voting as soon as. You okay over there?
Busted. Nothing, man.
We should have implemented online voting as soon as the statistics came in that 80% of America has internet, and if that is the statistic, I mean, maybe it's higher, I don't know, but I'm just saying that We should have done that a long time ago. This whole thing about you have to take off work, it's in the middle of the week, you have to stand in line, you have to register. All this is to deter people from voting, and mainly younger people, I believe.
I think if we can close the doors for Easter, which, not everybody's Christian, so not everybody practices Easter.
Yeah, we don't even get a day off of work. What is that?
But everybody's closed. Except for like Dollar General.
4th of July, celebrating our independence. Everybody's closed.
Well,
but on the day
4th of July, like Costco was closed, but like I think Sam's was open. You know what I
okay,
mean?
but
So,
same thing. Most places are closed.
basically any place that takes EBT was open.
But on voting day, when we're actually
Eating Bob's taxes.
in the process of exercising our freedom, no, it's not a holiday. We're not off work. That doesn't make sense. In addition to that, why can you sign up for health care, okay, online, and your social security number, all that'll suffice,
Because that's money.
and you'll get your health care, and they'll approve you, and all this online at healthcare.gov, but yet you can't vote. But they're not worried about you, hiding who you are in that process online. They believe you then, but they don't believe you if you're voting. I don't know.
I mean, you have to have a SS number in order to get the, because they basically base it, if you're going to sign up for the Affordable Care Act, which I think has been changed now. I think Trump put one out about 6 weeks ago. You have to have an SS number because it's based on your tax returns, like your last 2 years tax returns, whatever.
Also,
your averages, they use that as your income bracket so that they can figure out what your monthly premium is going to be.
Wouldn't it also save a lot of money? Because I don't know where you vote around here, but in my neck of the woods, in my neck of the woods, it's at all the churches, and so I'm sure there's a rent fee where the churches are they're getting paid to rent that area out for a little while.
I think they just do it because they want people to come to their church.
I don't know about that, but anyway, maybe that's the case. Also, if you did it online, wouldn't that do away with the cost of these voting machines where you have to stick the ballot in?
I think it'd be
more cost effective.
I don't understand why we haven't. We're going to spend $100 trillion on a wall that's not going to work.
Well, I mean, that heat in the desert and no water, or I guess you call it desert. The area in between Mexico and Texas.
Some of it's very treacherous.
A lot of people die on the way over already.
They have laws. There are like ranches and stuff that are on the border that their land butts up to the border, and they're not allowed to leave like gallons of water out there for them. Because people will walk across their land trying to come into this country, and they're dying, needing something to eat, needing something to drink. And some of these, homeowners, they're not, anti-immigration. So they, try to help people and put out some water and put out some food for them, which I think is only, humanitarian.
Well, and, again, this is probably controversial as well, but,
Have fun editing this one, mother flower.
Oh, I don't know. You've already put shit in the middle and everything else.
You like it in the middle.
I don't know. I lost all my patriotism when I started a business. Half of it went away. Well, no, let me say that differently. When 9/11 happened and we went to Iraq, I lost some of my patriotism. And then when I opened a business and I found out how much they stick it to small business,
they make it impossible.
I lost more of my patriotism. It was half gone at that point. And then when I had a child, the rest of it was gone. Mm-hmm. And I won't unpack all that, but that's just where I stand. Right.
Well, everything is rigged as far as being a business owner. Everything is rigged for the insurance companies. Everything is rigged for the workman's comp companies. Everything is rigged against you. You better be reaching into your pocket. Otherwise, we're going to, take your license. We're going to put, judgments against you because, well, their lawyer and the judge happen to play golf together and their kids go to the same daycare or the same boarding school or whatever. It's one hand washes the other, and that shit's terrible. I hate that shit. I despise the shit. I'm a registered Republican. Okay, only because the Democrats went so far. I voted for Obama. To give you an idea of where I've been, where I'm from. I mean, I voted for Clinton, believe it or not, and then I voted for Gore when he had the election taken from him in 2000 with the hanging chads, and then I even voted for I think it was it Kerry that was in 04 against Bush, because Bush was horrible. He was just an idiot. He wasn't running anything. Dick Cheney and all the Halliburton interests ran that entire freaking presidency. Corporations ran that, investment, bankers ran that administration. So, so whenever Obama came up, it was, I kind of liked, what's his nuts from Arizona? I'm sorry, I just drew a brain fart. Ran with Palin. He was going against Obama when
McCain?
Obama got off. Yeah, John McCain. I'm sorry, I just totally brain farted that one. But I mean, I liked him, but when he picked Palin, and Palin is very personable, very likable, I guess you'd say. But she's not presidential. She's not vice presidential. If McCain got in, no offense, him being at his age, he could die tomorrow. Ailments creep up on you when you get that age. Palin would have been number 2, so I don't know about that. So I voted, and Obama, I think, really had the best intentions. I think once it looked like he was going to win, they took him into a dark office and said, "Look here, mother, how it's going to be done." And he was like, "Oh, righty then. Oh well, I tried." And I really think Obama's a good guy, and he meant well, but he got told the way things were going to be, because they've been so long. Corporations have ran this country since the Reagan era, So it's all who you know and who you blow.
That's right.
And if you're not connected, I mean, I've tried to have a business a couple times in my life, and last time was around 2001. And I had my licensing, insurance, all that stuff, but I wasn't connected. I wasn't networked in the industry. So I didn't, I mean, I had, realtor friends. I had that thing going for me where I could pull some work just to keep going, but I wasn't one of them. So I didn't, I had to fold up and go work for somebody else. But this time I waited until the right time and I pounced.
Well, do you have anything on the board you want to cover before we wrap up here?
Have you ever wiped with your left hand? I'm a right-handed person.
No, I never.
My left hand, I can play guitar with it very well. A little bit of piano. I play the drums. Not great, but I can function with the hand. I can open a jar with it, that kind of stuff. But
no, I never. Don't think so.
Hanging out there, sitting there, and I was like, yeah, what it was is I had my phone in this hand, and I was like watching a video. And my bathroom, there's no place to set the phone down where you can everything was wet. I just got a shower, and and I was upset too because I just took a shower and I had to dirty that area that I just washed. Damn it. I hate that. It's the wrong way. We're putting a cart before the horse here. So anyway, so there's nowhere to put my phone, and I don't know why, but I didn't think of holding the phone with my left hand, and I just decided to, and my toilet paper's over here, so I just decided to try it with this hand, and it wasn't pretty. There was some hand soap involved. There was a few of the baby wipe wet wipe things involved. Not to. But hey, we all do it, so why can't we just talk about it? Oh, I don't poop. I don't shit.
It's true.
Mine doesn't smear.
Very true.
So, and, plus my diet's changed a little, so I'm not going full on keto, but I'm trying to cut out as much refined sugar as I can. I'm still nursing sucralose over here with diet Pepsi, but anyway, so when you change your diet like that, things change there too, temporarily. while your body adjusts to the lack of this and the new influx of that. So I just didn't know if you've ever tried Lefty.
Never have.
Are you going to give it a shot? Give it a shot just
No.
to see if you're dexterous.
I don't want to get
if you're ambidextrous or not.
I don't want to get messy like you did. So
Just
that's all I need.
just for the sake of the freaking show, and so you'll have something interesting to talk about.
It's hard
next
enough
week.
for me to get out of the house in the morning besides trying something new. I mean, I can't. It takes me an hour.
Can't find the front door.
It takes me like an hour and a half to wake up because I'm like moving. My keys are over here.
Really?
I put my wallet
Are
in
you
the
like
wrong
a
place.
2 cups
like,
of coffee before you go out the door kind of guy?
Not
Do you
two,
drink
but
coffee?
yeah, but one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You got a
I
Keurig or something.
I just need some time to get my head right.
Really?
I'm all confused in the morning. Confused is the
Dude, I get up.
right word.
I get up literally. My alarm goes off 30 minutes before I got to be out the door, but I'll slap at snooze. Like if it's not like trash day or blue bin day, recycle day, like I don't have to carry nothing to the street. I'll just reach over and slap. It's my phone. I use this for my alarm clock. I have an alarm clock and I hate it, so I use this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's perfect. You set it up for Monday through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You get up. It even tells me like what time to go to bed. Like I have it set to where I want to get so much sleep. So like 11 o'clock, it'd be like it plays like a lullaby, like ding ding ding. Ding. Go to bed. Go to bed. Put the porn down and go to bed.
Your wife's supposed to do that for you.
So Tammy goes to bed earlier than I do. Tammy gets up at like 5 in the morning, so she's in bed by like 9:30. So I'm an insomniac half the time I'm talking to your goofy ass on the phone. So.
I am too.
But yeah, this thing I'll let the damn snooze, which is an extra about 9-10 minutes. So I get up and I'm showered, lunch made, pet the dog, turn the air. Turn all the AC up at one couple degrees, that kind of thing. I'll do all that crap in 20 minutes. I'm out front waiting for my brother. 20 minutes.
If I try to do all those things,
brushed and flossed everything.
If I tried to do all those things, as soon as I wake up like that, the toothbrush would be on the kitchen counter somewhere.
With your left
the sandwich would be just a mess.
Sandwich.
Whatever. You said you made lunch.
Packing a lunch to me means putting some Gatorades and some bottled waters along with some ice packs, which I use. I just freeze bottles of water and you use that for ice packs in my cooler.
Well, either way,
I don't bring food. If I do, it's like a banana or an apple.
Right. The dog food would end up in the sink. Something would go wrong if I tried to do all those things as soon as I woke up.
Well,
doesn't work for me.
You give your dogs dry food in the morning, not the wet. They get the wet stuff at all?
No.
Really? Mm-mm. My dog has got to have his half a can of Alpo or
Stuff's
wet food.
bad for him.
My wife likes to buy like the $2 a can of shit, and I'm like, hell no. He likes Alpo just fine, and I mow the grass. I know what his turds smell like. I can't mow the grass without getting shit on each tire, dude, and it's just. Country air, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, and I can't just get it on one tire, so I can like lean over here and not really get the whiff of it. No, I got to get it on all four. One time, sometimes I'll like smoke while I'm riding my mower, and what I do, I'm like an idiot. Rather than like I don't thump my lit cigarette in my yard. Why am I going to do that? But I got like a cup holder, so I'll like reach down with the butt, with the cherry, and I'll just hold it down to the tire as it's going around and just knock off the cherry while I'm going. That way I don't lose time.
Right.
And I throw the butt in a little cup holder, and when I'm done, I clean it out. And one time I reached down there to put it in, and a little bit of my dog's essence got on my hand because I got a little too close to the tire. Mm. Yeah, but the Alpo, I mean, I don't notice a difference between that and the $2 Blue Buffalo can, crap she gets.
This is turning into quite the shit show. All the shit talk.
That was a shitty comment you just made. You can keep that shit to yourself. Anyway, I'm about done with that shit.
I think
I want to say shit one more time. How about that?
That's good. All right.
Fuck too.
That's a wrap.
Your mama.
No lie, getting old as a bitch. Gonna spit this game, only way I'll get rich.